We'll continue reading few slokas, a few verses from Śrī Vṛndāvana Mahimamrita by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. This is all in glorification of Vrindavan. Continue reading few slokas. Vapi Kūpa Tadhāga Kotibir Aho Divyamritābir Yutam Divyādhyat Phalapushpa Vatikam Anantascharya Vali Drumam Divyananta Patan Mrigam Vanabhuvam Shobhavir Ati Adbhutam Divyaneka Nikunja Manjulattaram Dhyayami Vrindavanam. I meditate on Śrī Vṛndāvana, which full of reservoirs of transcendental water like lakes, wells, and fountains, which is decorated with divine fruit and flower gardens, which is surrounded by unlimited wonderful trees and creepers, which is inhabited by innumerable divine animals, which is illuminated by the enchanting beauty of the land and forest, and which is decorated with countless divine lovely groves. Sri Radha Madana Mohana Keli Kunja Punje Vritam Druma Lata Ghana Bhumi Ananta Matamirga Pakshi Kula Kulam Sri Vrindavanam Harati Kasya Hathan Na Chetaha. Being filled with groves where Sri Radhika Madan Mohana enjoy conjugal pastimes, decorated with unlimited trees and creepers, adorned with jewel-studded land, and filled with the sound of birds and beasts. Is it not a fact that Sri Vrindavan forcefully kidnaps the heart of anyone? Kashyapi divya rati manmata koti rupa dhama dvayasya kanakasita ratna bhashaha ati adbhuter madena keli vijlasa vrindair vrindavanam madhuri mambhuti magnam ikshe. I eagerly desire to see Vrindavana, whose indescribable beauty defeats the beauty of millions of cupids, which is brightly illuminated by golden and bluish transcendental effulgence, and which is merged into the ocean of sweet divine conjugal pastimes. Either today or tomorrow, this ugly body will be destroyed. Adya shova va yasyatitam kudeham sarve boha yanti tatra stite api tasmat saukyabhyasya ucher vibhati nityanande nanda vrindavanantaha. Either today or tomorrow, this ugly body will be destroyed. And even if this body remains, all enjoyment will soon come to an end. Therefore, it is clearly understood that there is only a reflection of happiness in material objects. Therefore, it is clearly understood there is only a reflection of happiness in material objects. Therefore, endeavor to attain happiness in Vrindavana, which awards eternal bliss. What is the use of earthly kings? What is the use of powerful demigods? What is the use of the liberated souls who are satisfied with incomparable opulences? And what is the use of those Vaishnavas whose only aim is to attain the spiritual abode of Vaikuntha, for we have taken shelter of Sri Vrindavan without deviation? May that transcendental abode of Vrindavana, which easily awards pleasure to everyone, which is realized by some rare exalted personalities, and which gives happiness to the living entities of the entire universe, become the maintainer of a blind person like me. A little bit of history of Vrindavan. Throughout this, I'll read these passages. Throughout the ages, many famous personalities have resided in Vrindavan to perform austerities to realize God. In Satya Yuga, Narada Muni recommended that Dhruva Maharaj, a 5-year-old, go to Madhuvan forest on the bank of the Yamuna. After 6 months of fasting and meditation, he saw Lord Vishnu. Madhuvan is in the Vrindavan area, and many saintly persons still live there engaging in the service of the Lord. 2 million years ago, 2 million years ago, in Treta Yuga, Shatrughna, Lord Rama's brother, established his capital in Mathura after he killed the demon Lavanasura. This is all there in the Uttarakanda of Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. Great ascetic and devotees like Ambarish Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Kapila Muni, and Narada Muni did tapasya in Vrindavan forest. During Dwapara Yuga, powerful demigods such as Lord Shiva, Brahma, and Indra descended to Vrindavan in order to see the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa. To benefit the conditioned souls of Kali Yuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, the 6 Goswamis, stayed in Vrindavan to excavate the lost places of Krishna's transcendental exploits. Brajabhumi, a land of many pastures and healthy people, is rich in milk and vibrant with the sounds of the butter churn. You know, some places where they have in the morning they you can hear the conch shell, and some places you can hear where Suprabhatam has been sung to wake up the Lord. But in Vrindavan, the morning sound that we hear is the churning of butter. That's the sound. Constantly, chalak, 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 they just churn the butter out. The soil is always moist with milky froth. If you remember, even in Tirupavai, we saw that particular thing where it's getting late, it's morning, don't you hear the birds are chirping, and the girls, and you've been hearing that the churning of the butter. So please get up, it's time for us to go. And we have to do the Katyayani Vrata. So we learned these things last year when we did Tirupavai. Same thing. The soil is always moist with a milky froth, and the stick of the butter churn sputters gaily in the pail as the male milkmaid spin it around. Vrindavana. The word vana means forest. Vrindavana is the name given to the forest where Śrīmatī Vṛndāvana-dhāma, that is Tulasi-devī, grows profusely. Another name of Tulasi is Vṛndādevi, one who awards residence in Vrindavana. Srila Narottama Das Thakur says, Kripa Kori Koro Thare Vrindavana Vasi. Dear Tulasi, please bestow your mercy upon me so that I may forever reside in Vrindavana. The Vrindavana forest is named after Vrindava Devi, who performed penance here for 60,000 years. She was born as the daughter of Emperor Kedara, a very pious king that attained Goloka Vrindavan. His daughter Vrindadevi, after sanctifying the forest by her presence, also attained Goloka. Ever since, the forest has been known as Vrindavan. Pleased by Vrindadevi's austerity, Lord Vishnu granted a boon to the Vrindavan forest. Any penance performed will quickly fructify and bear excellent results. Later, Tulasi Devi, daughter of King Kushadhwaja, performed penance here and attained perfection. Tulasi's second name is Vrinda. God has specifically said that among plants, he is the Tulasi. Tulasi, Yamuna river, and Govardhana hill are eternally present in the spiritual world. So this month is also auspicious and nice if we can do our prayers to Tulasi Maharani. Tulasi, Yamuna, Govardhana are eternally present in the spiritual world. They appear in this world to benefit the living entity by giving love of Godhead. The goddess of fortune is sometimes envious of the tulasi leaves which are placed at the lotus feet of the Lord, for they remain fixed there and do not move. Whereas Lakshmi ji, although stationed by the chest of the Lord, sometimes has to go to satisfy her numerous devotees. But the tulasi leaves never forsake their position. There is Alvar who said, Ahalahallen Urai Marba means the concert of Lord Sri Mahalakshmi. Urai Marba means chest. Ahalahillen, I will never ever get out of that place. Our residence is at the chest of the Lord. I was just recollecting something in relation to this one. But sometimes she goes to satisfy her devotees. But the Tulasi leaves never forsake their position, and the Lord therefore appreciate the service of Tulasi more than the service of Lakshmi. Some of the things which is very interesting is here it says Tulasi, which does not leave the lotus feet of the Lord, and Sri Mahalakshmi does not leave the chest of the Lord. And also, are fortunate of all these are when we read the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, there is a chapter, there is a Gita called Venu Gita, where the Gopis are saying, uh, glorifying the bamboo stick of the flute, which does not leave the lotus bimba like lips of Sri Krishna. So, and another one is compared to the Shankha and Chakra. Even though we pray to Sudarshana Chakra, Sudarshana Alvar, but we never see that Krishna is keeping the Sudarshana to his lips. He doesn't carry the chakra to his lips and do like this, like that, a flying kiss or something like that. But in Shankha, the conch is been kissed by Krishna. It's quite amazing. The flute is kissed by Krishna constantly. The conch is kissed by Krishna constantly. What fortunate fortune that they have. And the gopis are telling, we are so very unfortunate. Even the bamboo stick gets your taste of your lips, but then look at us being born as a human, that to being born as a woman, we still not able to taste your uh, the bimba like your lips. Uh, you know, the Prabhupada says that it is said that one should not simply jump into the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam because that's for otherwise if the people does not read the Srimad Bhagavatam in sequence properly and then just jump into the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, then people will just not understand the the pastimes of Krishna, especially when we study these slokas like this. You know, their breasts were decorated by the kumkum, and their lips were they were talking, aspiring to be kissed by Krishna. Just imagine any of these things when you read, looks like mundane. Hmm? This is what we hear all the time anyway. What is so different from that material thing? And then here in Srimad Bhagavatam also says the same thing. It's not so. Therefore, one has to be very carefully reading 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially these separations of gopis from Krishna, how they feel and so forth, and the relation Rasa Leela and so forth. It's very important. Otherwise, we may think that it's a mundane thing. But also, it's a very important point. Another important point is that by reading and by hearing such things of Krishna, his interaction with the gopis, the desire for enjoyment, material enjoyment, will vanish. It's quite interesting. As you all know, if you have a certain disease, um, we get vaccinated. And as you all know, the vaccination is nothing but a purified form of the same virus. They take it and then do whatever they need to do, and slightly they inject into our body so that the body becomes able to learn this particular virus. And when the next time it comes, the actual virus comes, it knows it's already we are programming our consciousness or the senses to learn this particular foreign particle when it comes into. So that's what we do this. Likewise, if you have a desire of karma, desire to enjoy material thing, and we have to vaccinate our body. Vaccination is nothing but reading Krishna's 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, especially the Gopika part, Gopis part, Gopi Gita, Venu Gita, all those different Gitas are there within the 10th canto where Krishna's interaction with the Gopis, how they dance, how they be together and so forth. When we hear these things, we are getting vaccinated. Therefore, in the material thing, the other things, the actual virus of karma does not affect us. I think we can stop here. Thank you all very much. And let's continue chanting Hare Krishna.